On a bleak January morning, the news hit the internet like a bolt from the blue. HBO, the very network that brought us iconic shows like The Sopranos and Game of Thrones, had decided to cancel the franchise. The superhero satire, which had premiered just a few months prior, was officially dead. The announcement, made on January 3, 2025, sent shockwaves through the entertainment industry, leaving fans and critics alike wondering what went wrong. The show, a satirical take on the chaotic world of superhero filmmaking, had garnered a respectable 74% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Critics praised its sharp writing, witty dialogue, and stellar cast. However, all the critical acclaim in the world couldn't save the franchise from the harsh realities of the television landscape. Despite the positive buzz surrounding the show, the franchise failed to attract a substantial audience. The numbers were stark, painting a grim picture of the show's performance. It never managed to crack Nielsen's top 10 streaming rankings, a damning indictment in today's cutthroat world of streaming entertainment. For HBO, a network known for taking risks and nurturing critically acclaimed shows, the decision to cancel the franchise seemed uncharacteristic. However, the network's silence on the specific reasons behind the cancellation only fueled speculation and left a void of unanswered questions. The franchise, created by a powerhouse trio of John Brown, Armando Iannucci, and Sam Mendes, offered a behind-the-scenes look at the making of a fictional superhero film, Tecto Eye of the Storm. Imagine a more cynical, more biting version of Entourage, with capes and superpowers thrown in for good measure. The show boasted an impressive ensemble cast, featuring a mix of established stars and rising talents. Himesh Patel, fresh off his success in Yesterday, led the cast as a hapless director struggling to maintain his artistic vision amidst studio interference and superhero egos. Aya Cash, known for her role in The Boys, brought her signature blend of wit and vulnerability to the role of a cynical screenwriter disillusioned with the superhero genre. The supporting cast was equally impressive, with scene-stealing performances from the likes of Lolly Adderfope, Daniel Bruhl, Billy Magnuson, Richard E. Grant, Jessica Hines, Isaac Powell, and Darren Goldstein. Each actor brought their A-game, creating a world that felt both familiar and absurd, a hilarious yet unsettling reflection of Hollywood's obsession with superhero franchises. While critics may have been charmed by the franchise, the audience's lukewarm reception painted a different picture. The show, despite its pedigree and critical acclaim, struggled to find a foothold in a crowded television landscape saturated with superhero content. One of the primary reasons for the show's demise was its exorbitant production cost. Creating a believable world of superhero filmmaking with its elaborate sets, costumes, and special effects doesn't come cheap. Add to that the cost of hiring a cast of in-demand actors, and it's no surprise that the franchise was an expensive endeavor for HBO. Furthermore, the show's niche appeal may have alienated a wider audience. While the show's satirical take on the entertainment industry resonated with critics and industry insiders, it's possible that the average viewer found it too inside baseball. In an era where streaming services are constantly vying for subscribers and eyeballs, a show needs to attract a large and engaged audience to justify its existence. Unfortunately, the franchise, despite its critical merits, failed to achieve the viewership numbers that HBO had hoped for. The cancellation of the franchise leaves several narrative threads hanging. The first season ended on a cliffhanger, with several character arcs left unresolved and tantalizing plot points left unexplored. Fans who invested their time and emotions in the show's world are left with a sense of incompleteness, their questions unanswered, their desire for closure unfulfilled. In the aftermath of the cancellation, HBO released a brief statement expressing gratitude to the cast and crew of the franchise. They acknowledged the show's creative achievements and hinted at the possibility of future collaborations with the talented individuals involved. However, the statement stopped short of providing any concrete reasons for the cancellation, leaving fans and critics to speculate about the network's decision-making process. This cancellation marks the second time HBO has pulled the plug on an Armando Iannucci project in recent years. In 2023, the network cancelled Iannucci's space comedy Avenue 5 after 2 seasons, Both shows, despite their critical acclaim, and Iannucci's signature satirical style faced similar challenges of high production costs and limited viewership growth. While a future revival of the franchise remains a possibility, it seems unlikely given HBO's current programming strategy. The network is increasingly focused on developing big-budget, franchise-friendly content with prequels, sequels, and spin-offs dominating their development slate. In this climate, a niche show like the franchise, with its limited appeal and unresolved storylines, may struggle to find a place.